Well, a very good evening to you. A new football season is now firmly underway, and with it, a new series of sports scene. Our usual sense of anticipation of the sporting pleasures ahead is heightened by the fact that this season, Sports Scene will be bringing you more matches, more goals and more action than ever before, and we're delighted about that. Today's opening card attracted excellent crowds in all three divisions, but the biggest, not surprisingly, was at Celtic Park to see last season's champions and runners-up open the 88-89 campaign. All the highlights of an engrossing 90 minutes coming up in a moment. And I'll also be talking to Scottish League Secretary Jim Farry about the prospects for the season ahead, and to New Dundee manager Dave Smith about his first day back in Scottish football. And John Gregg will be taking a look at some of the players most likely to be hitting the back of the net in the months to come. But we start with the champions, still not two-thirds of the way through their centenary season and determined to begin the defence of that thrillingly won title with success against Hearts, their closest challengers last season. Nearly 47,000 were there to see it on a day which began with a celebration, as Archie McPherson describes.
Well, not a bad way to start the football season, is it? To be punning round Celtic Park in a Rolls-Royce. That is the undoubted pleasure of the chairman and his wife, Mr. and Mrs. Jack McGinn, and the manager and his wife, Billy McNeil and Liz. And their journey is, of course, absolutely necessary, because at the end of it, they will be raising the championship flag. And they certainly will not be exceeding the speed limit, because I'm quite sure these supporters in the background will want to linger over this site, an indication of the resurgence of Celtic. And the supporters at the traditional Celtic end of the ground awaiting the Celtic dignitaries and the raising of the flag on the specially erected flagpole. There it is to the left. It is a temporary structure, but I think the symbolism of it more than anything else will satisfy the Celtic supporters. And now this simple but nevertheless very important ceremony. The flag is unfurled. Sometimes it doesn't go all that smoothly. Flag being a little naughty, it's not as windy as one would have liked maybe. Nevertheless, there it is. And a very popular selection of Tommy Burns as replacement captain for Roy Aitken. In an unfamiliar looking Celtic team, without Bonner, without Aitken, it's a bit like Celtic Park without the jungle itself. But there is a reconstruction under the captaincy of Tommy Burns, as I said. The last season had his testimonial. And in that vital position in goal, Ian Andrew, signed in a close season from Leicester City, and signed in a bit of an emergency situation for Celtic as a result of that serious operation that Pat Bonner had. And talking about reconstruction, we can see it also in the team from the east, the capital city, Edinburgh, Heart of Midlothian, and I must say I like the signings that they have made. First of all, we have a man back in the maroon colours. He started out with Hearts, Eamon Bannon. And the thing about Bannon is not just his spectacular play as he comes forward, but his intense work rate, and I think he's going to be a signing of inestimable value for the Hearts. And a player who's been a bit of a mystery in Scottish football, blowing rather hot and cold, but when he is hot, he's outstanding. I'm talking, of course, about Ian Ferguson, number 9, the scorer, potentially the scorer of some great goals. And there's the referee, Bob Valentine, still smiling. The last time I saw his features was in Gelsenkirchen when he was refereeing West Germany against Denmark, and he refereed that with great assurance. The opening day of the B&Q Premier Division Championship, there must be a lot of tingling nerves out there, and I have to confess myself that life is bearable now that football is back. I'm sure there are some ladies watching the programme wouldn't agree with that, but there we are. I think I share that view in common with the approximately 45,000 people inside Celtic Park. Nice touch there by McCarthy. A lot of hard tackling, and Whittaker just sweeping it away. Burns. I'll say last season I was impressed by the play of Anton Rogan. This is Walker. Watched very carefully by Dave McPherson. The old 1-2. Well, that's a tempting ball. And just passed. Well, I think you might say that is a typical traditional Celtic opening to a first game. Trying to catch Hearts cold. Lucky just to sweep that away. And just to the side of the goal, with the Hearts defence looking really rather shredded there. Here's Burns. Rogan. Well, Mike Galloway held back in the tackle very intelligently there. No foul. McStay. Neat little reverse pass. And Hearts remaining cool in defence. Pressure still on though. Well, you've got to be cool when the Celtic flood is coming towards you. Offside. Well, the Celtic supporters loving it, but I must say, it's all a bit frantic and hectic. It needs the likes of Tommy Burns to put his foot in the ball and try and inject some subtlety into the play. Well, Ferguson took up very good position. Just a little bit too delayed. Bannon. There's Ferguson. It's a clever ball. Cahoon trying to go in. And notice how that Celtic defence covered up for each other. That was Rogan. And just once or twice. Oh, by the way, I like that fashion of Paul McStay's. I'm not quite sure if it's to support him or not, but it's very nifty. Black, a little bit slow. He could have pushed that through. Well, that's a bit ambitious. And Ferguson, and that's an excellent save. Oh, Ian Andrew will like that, but really, I think Ian Ferguson missed a glorious opportunity here. Picked up well by Black, but watch this. No, he should have put it to the other side. There was more of the goal gaping, but nevertheless, Andrew proved the match for that. McAvenny. Burns. McStay not quite in the game, not grasping it the way he normally does. There's Mackay. Ferguson laid that up beautifully. There's a good run forward. Murray. Can he touch it in? Oh, it's inches away. A superb move by Hearts. The young fullback, Malcolm Murray, doing a thing which would receive glowing praise from any coach. Coming forward, auxiliary attacker, and that was most unfortunate. The Celtic defence in the last 2 minutes have been caught on the hop. Throw to Celtic. McPherson up and over, and I think it'll be a free kick. Just dabbed forward looking for a return and coming through now McStay. Miller simply hasn't had the service in his game. And look at that. Ooh, Henry Smith stayed in his line, and the Celtic players are irate, thinking there was push. Let's watch this again. Yeah, that's what they were complaining about, right in front of the goal. The referee brushing the protest aside. Miller switching wings for this. Well, I don't think that was in a textbook on how to cope with a corner kick. Just over the halfway stage of this first half. Still nothing each. Miller did that so delicately. Brilliantly tackled though. Burns. I did have to be a free kick, yes. Really taken out. Davy McPherson judging he was going to be beaten by pace. Free kick to Celtic. Oh, bad one. Really got to stretch the defence from that, and that was simply to the first defender in line. Up comes Berry. Referee waving play on. I thought Cahoon stretched out too far offside. Right behind to Bannon. That's Cahoon. That's a tempting ball in McCarthy, taking no chances. To the far post as McPherson, Galloway, bit of pressure now by Hearts. That's Galloway. This is where the benefit of McCarthy in the air comes off for Celtic. Oh, gift. Now Cahoon on his own. Oh, superb play, and that's a great save. Excellent play by the ex-Celtic player. He looked totally isolated. A single maroon jersey, a little bit of deception, but not sufficient to get past the big goalkeeper. Mackay, out they come. There's Cahoon. And offside. Rogan. That was McStay. Tommy Burns. Once again trying to get to the line. Galloway is with them. I think the referee's given the free kick, yes. Barging from the back. Stood and waited. What's a give by Cahoon? That's an excellent pass, and he tried to curl it round. And that really came from that very bad and slack ball by Cahoon. Back towards his penalty area. Gobbled up by McStay. Look at that subtle little pass there. You can see he trying to chip the keeper. Galloway. Rogan very hard there. Now McStay. Rogan. That's an excellent move by Celtic. They seem to have been bogged down in midfield, and then suddenly that more fluent, flexible move, injecting a bit of variety and almost coming off. Smith committed himself exactly. That's a very good ball out. Here's Mackay. Oh dear. No. That was much too negative from that positive position. The player's going right down the middle and chooses to knock it back. Whistle. The first 45 minutes of the season at Celtic Park are over. We've had no goals, but I suppose the next best thing, that furious opening by Celtic, in which they looked as if they would sweep Hearts away, and the Hearts defence looking groggy in the first 8 or 10 minutes or so, and then beginning to reassert itself. And despite all that, it was Hearts who ultimately had the better chances. Ian Ferguson missing from just in front of goals, with Andrew very close to him, and an excellent save for a ball that really ought to have been put to the left of the keeper. And then that marvellous run forward by the young fullback Malcolm Murray, taking the Celtic defence on. Rather surprised to see him in that position, and he just chipped it right wide. Excellent move. Still no scoring, and I suppose the half-time team talks will hope that they will get some more variety out of the two sides in the second half. And Hearts starting off the second half, perhaps got more out of the first 45 minutes, in the sense that they did withstand a great deal of initial pressure, and then managed to counter-attack efficiently and almost sneaked a couple of goals out of it. But the score, of course, is still nothing each. It's been frantic, and I think at times much too frantic, much too fast. Free kick to Celtic. McCarthy. Quickly judged ball. Rogan jumps very well, always has. Excellent ball, and just touched away. Joe Miller racing in. Walker. He should have cut it to the side. And Smith fouled, I think, yes. McAvenny strongly in. The man has scored the goal at the end of the cup final. The ball was dropped by Smith. Impressed by Malcolm Murray today. Knows when to come forward. Looks good in defence. Galloway is in there. Woof. Some wild tackling at times, as I said. There's a chip forward, but that should be covered by McCarthy. It certainly looked like handball to me, but the referee turned away from it. To Celtic. Miller busting through the middle. Morris. Oh, superb play by McStay. It's there. McAvenny. 1-0. 6 minutes of the second half gone. And all coming from that delightful play by Paul McStay. Now, Neil Berry has been like a limpet on him. He hasn't been able to get away all that much, but he did it right at the vital time, and this is extremely clean finishing. Just one little touch of subtlety, and the deadlock is broken. Bit shaky, McAvenny is in there, and Dennis Smith. Andy Walker treating him a bit like Beats's Brook, up and over. To me like Sandy Clark is coming on for Hearts. And it's Gary Mackay, the captain, who has gone off. Beautiful headed away there by McCarthy, rising in the pack of players. Walker. Joe Miller it is, and up far side. Great pace. Well, that was based on pace and nothing much more than that. Didn't really have any support immediately with him. Had to desert the right wing to try and get something out of the game. He's been very closely marked, and he gets a corner. Far post one, Smith cleanly taken. That was a real test. Straight to Grant. Galloway. Wasn't really a very clever ball by him, and Bannon turned it into a 50-50 one. Sandy Clark certainly hasn't had time to warm up yet. Very broad-shouldered player, powerful in the air, lays off the ball extremely well. Cahoon. Showed a bit of support. Oh, very weak. Now Galloway. This is Bannon. Well, it's a bit more like the old Eamon Bannon taking players on. He gets a second bite at it. Well, that's too careless. Hearts. Got the impression at the moment that Celtic are taking a breather. It's not the same intense play from them. But nevertheless, trying to pressurize when necessary. And away goes McAvenny. difficult one by Morris. Started off as difficult, increased with that deflection. Here's Tommy Byrne. Break there by Rogan on the overlap. Bannon comes back. There goes Black. Here's Cahoon. That's not a bad ball, and Clark can't bring it down well. In fact, if he had missed that altogether, I think the advantage would have been Hearts, because Ferguson was on the far right behind them. Clark. Hearts trying manfully to fight their way back into this game. Clark. Oh, it's a goal kick. There was a double rebound there. Well, managers have to try and sort things out in the field, and Alec MacDonald and Sandy Jardine together, that joint managership, looking more than a little perplexed. 1-0 down and nothing much happening for Hearts on the field. Clark. A bit too tight, Eamon Bannon. Nobody up for that for Hearts. Whittaker. Thought he went straight for the player. Joe Miller, excellent play by Celtic. And he fights back well. Ooh, just beyond them. Burns, and that ought to have been put in the back of the net. Miller getting a second bite of the cherry. And McAbenny being very brave. So he got back well there, but watch McAbenny coming in, really committing himself. Tommy Burns winning a corner. We're midway through the second half. Celtic still in the lead. Goal to nothing. McCarthy. Good effort by McAvenny. Would have been rather spectacular if he made contact. Clark. Is it off well? Better play by Hart. And Cahoon. Good positioning there. Black. And the final ball's a bad one. And they get in a real tangle. It hasn't been sharp or incisive enough for Hearts up front. Perfectly illustrated there. Oh, that's very slack. Eamon Bannon. There to get the free kick out of that. There's Black, and a neat touch there by Morris. Just got rid of that. Looked as if it might go over a corner. Never goes up, this player. Go to Hart. Kenny Black will take it down there. Berry with a touch. Corner kick. Bannon fighting very hard for it. Eamon Bannon always capable of a touch of class in the game, and that's precisely what Hearts need now. Trying the touch back. McAvenny just off that. Bannon. Ferguson. No. Straight to the goalkeeper. Nice deft evasion of the defender. When the goalkeeper too well placed for him. Wasn't an easy ball for him. It was being closed down. Neat little touch. And the wrong angle. Right, keeping his eye on the ball. A superb pass. I thought it might have been offside. Miller. And he's saved. Oh, what a mischance. That would have been a glorious individual goal. Superbly saved on the line. Pressure still on though. Away by Galloway. That would have killed Hart stone dead. Black fought out of it well. And money to Black. Free kick, I would think, yes. Now, there was a money stretched out. Now watch this. Out comes Smith. He's almost deceived. He does get that touch to it. And Whittaker brilliantly in, plugging the gap. Walker in sharp as ever. Bannon is back and looked to me to be pulled back. He did. Goes for a penalty. It is. Certainly a penalty. And this is Celtic's first penalty of the season. And I think the referee was indicating he had been pulled at rather than tripped. So Henry Smith will be facing up to Andy Walker himself. Oh, he saved it. Oh, that was a lazy-looking penalty kick. I mean, I do not detract from the save, but that was a languid effort, to say the least. Now, just watch this. No, he didn't even try to wrong foot the goalkeeper. Very surprising. So it's still 1-0. And there is the final whistle. McAvenny, the goal scorer, acknowledging the fans. It really was a superb goal, brilliantly set up by McStay, and the finishing, the measure of it. Celtic supporters have had a bit of a gala day again, and Celtic with a most satisfying